holy surprise tonight brought to us by a very familiar face, Milt Warkentien. We're grateful for his story as well. Now, during this Lenten season, we've been collecting offerings each Wednesday to help support one of our ministry partners. Tonight, we have a unique opportunity. We're lifting up our partners at the Huruma Center, which is an orphanage in Iringa, Tanzania. We've been challenged by a member of our congregation to raise $2,000, which they will then match, enabling us to give $4,000 to the Huruma Center. This orphanage, the St. Paul Area Synod has been working with to support for well over a year now, and helping to care for that ministry and those children in that part of the world. And we are grateful for your support. Just go to our Facebook page, you'll find a link, but also go to our website, where in the upper right-hand corner at www.poproseville.org, you'll find a place to say, make a gift. Just click there, and you'll be able to contribute to our Lenten offerings this season. We're grateful that you're here again, and we're pleased that this Lenten season is now drawing somewhat to a close. Soon, we'll be sharing with you information about our Holy Week schedule, so we encourage you to stay in touch and stay connected as we shape our life together for the coming days. Thank you, and enjoy the service.
When Peter said that we needed to have a few more people speak on Holy Surprises, I figured I could speak on a Holy Surprise. And then I started thinking, what was a Holy Surprise? I was like, is it happy? Is it sad? Where does it take place? I thought, makes sense to start at the beginning. Well, baptism and birth were holy surprises, I'm sure, but I don't remember anything about those. So then we go to confirmation. Had a lot of fun, confirmed. Nothing real exciting there, I guess. I did go to the Boundary Waters, though. Nothing really exciting happened up there except a passion for the Boundary Waters. So, speaking of the Boundary Waters, I know I have some holy surprises up there. There was a time I rolled out of the canoe to save my fishing gear, and then realized it was late May, Memorial Weekend, and the water was cold. And a friend just happened to be reading his Bible because he thought he needed to connect to God up in the wilderness. And he and another friend came out and sort of dragged me between two canoes to shore. But is that any greater than the time a guide on one of our last nights was asking everybody where they had seen God during the trip? And she said she had seen it in me. I was like, in me? And she said, well, the first night when I was doing the dishes and everybody went to bed, you stayed out and took a plate and swatted mosquitoes and kept the mosquitoes from me. And she said, no one had ever done that. And I was thinking, well, isn't that what everybody does when you're with somebody? You help each other out. Or then I think of the time I took a friend to the big overlook, and she was afraid of bugs, and she was afraid of heights, and just the sheer joy on her face when she conquered her fears and obstacles and saw the majestic view that we were about to see. And then there's a time when we were in a storm that I had never been in before, or been in one like that before. And we got through it and then looked around us, and there was 4 trees down on the campsite area that we were at, and we still had everybody intact. And then I go, youth trips. I've been on plenty of youth trips, and I think of the time that we were in inner city Denver, and one of the youth had gone to a battered women's shelter, I believe it was, and had been having a great day playing with this little boy. And then the little boy devastated his life because he asked, when are you coming back again to play with me? And he had no answer. Or that same trip, sitting outside where we were packing food, and a young girl came up and said, can I join you guys for lunch? And we said, sure. And she proceeded to tell me a story of a living hell that she had been through. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then she said how excited she was to be able to get her license because she was just going to be 16. Or the time in Atlanta when somebody tapped me on the arm and said, "Did you used to volunteer at Brimhall?" And I was like, "What?" And I realized it was one of my favorite students from Brimhall at the time that had moved away 7 years earlier. But she had found me in this crowd. Then music. Where do you begin in music? I think of all the struggles. Anytime I've had a struggle, I've been able to write a song. Coming back and thinking about memories from a youth gathering or a youth trip or anything, I've had words to put to music and a comfort to me. And then the holy surprises, other people like them too and get moved by them. Or just sitting in a pew and you're singing a hymn and not thinking too much of it, you're on a Sunday morning or wherever it might be, and all of a sudden that tear comes rolling down the cheek. And then you're like, what was the memory that stirred that? And you start remembering all the fondness. And then there's family. What bigger holy surprise do you have in family? So when I look back over my life, I can't just pick out one holy surprise. God has filled my life with holy surprises. Some good, some bad, all learning, and always making me want more.